Did you know that 85% of men fail to recognize when they're being cheated on? It's shocking, right? But it's true. Many men are unaware of the subtle signs that point to infidelity. Don't worry though, because today I'm going to share some valuable information that could completely change how you view your relationship. We'll dive deep into the psychology behind these actions and phrases women use when they're being unfaithful. And by the end of this video, you'll be equipped with knowledge that can help you protect yourself and your relationship. But before we get started, if you're looking to truly understand the female mind and transform your love life, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and activate the notification bell. That way you'll never miss any of my upcoming videos, each packed with tips that could save your relationship or help you find a new one. Now, let's get to the point. Gentlemen, listen closely because what I'm about to reveal might be the key to unlocking some of the deepest and darkest mysteries of female behavior. The truth is, women can be experts at hiding their true intentions, especially when it comes to cheating. But how do they do it? What are the signs you might be missing? Have you ever heard the saying that women are masters at concealing their actions? Well, that's not just a myth. In fact, women are often more subtle and strategic than men when it comes to infidelity. While many men may unknowingly leave clues when they're being unfaithful, women tend to be more careful, sometimes even turning deception into an art form. But don't lose hope. I'm going to help you uncover those hidden signs. Today, I'll be revealing the 6 key phrases every woman says when she's cheating, but that usually go unnoticed by most men. These aren't just random words, they're carefully chosen statements that can indicate emotional and even physical detachment. But before we jump into the first phrase, think about this. What if your partner has already been saying some of these things and you didn't even notice? What if her behavior has been telling you something all along? This information could mean the difference between living a lie or uncovering the truth that might change your life forever. So, without further delay, let's begin with phrase number 1. 1. So-and-so understands me so well. If your partner starts frequently mentioning another person, especially in a positive, admiring way, this is something you should be paying attention to. When she says, so-and-so understands me so well, it might seem like a harmless observation at first. After all, we all have friends who support and understand us, right? But there's often more to this than meets the eye. Phrases like this can signal that she's beginning to form an emotional connection with this person. And emotional bonds often come before physical ones. It's important to recognize that infidelity doesn't always start with physical attraction. It can start emotionally, with your partner feeling understood or comforted by someone else. Let me give you an example. Imagine your partner has a co-worker she frequently talks about. At first, it's just small mentions. Oh, so-and-so at work is so funny, or they helped me with this project today. Over time, though, those mentions become more frequent, and the tone becomes more admiring. If she's constantly comparing you to this other person, or making it sound like they understand her better than you do, this could be a red flag. Remember, emotional infidelity can be just as damaging as physical infidelity. If she's forming a deep bond with someone else, it's essential to investigate what's really going on. Don't ignore this behavior and don't dismiss it as harmless. If she's building an emotional connection with someone outside your relationship, this could be the first step towards something more serious. 2. Don't worry, I'm just going out with some friends. This one might sound innocent, right? We all need time with our friends, and a healthy relationship allows for individual social lives. But here's where things get tricky. When someone is being unfaithful, they often rely on routine excuses, things that seem totally plausible, to cover up their behavior. Don't worry, I'm just going out with some friends is one of those statements that might sound perfectly normal, but there could be something deeper going on. One important thing to watch for is how often this phrase comes up and whether there are any inconsistencies in the stories your partner tells about these outings. For example, maybe she says she's going out with her friends, But when you ask for details, her explanations seem vague or don't quite add up. Pay close attention to how frequently she uses this excuse, if she's suddenly going out with friends a lot more than usual, or if she's being secretive about where she's going or who she's with. That's something to be aware of. Let me share a scenario with you. Imagine your partner tells you she's going out with her girlfriends for dinner. She's done this plenty of times before, so it doesn't seem unusual, but lately she's been doing it more often. You ask who she's going with and she gives you a general answer. Nothing specific. Later, you notice that she's spending more time on her phone, texting someone, but she won't tell you who. This could be a sign that her outings aren't as innocent as they seem. When someone is hiding infidelity, they'll often rely on these small routine lies to avoid suspicion. If you feel like something is off, don't ignore it. Trust your gut and look for patterns. 3. I need more space for myself. At first glance, this phrase might sound like a reasonable request. After all, everyone needs space for personal growth, right? But here's where it gets complicated. If your partner is asking for more space, it could be an attempt to create distance in the relationship. Of course, needing time for oneself doesn't automatically mean something is wrong, but in certain situations, it could be used as a way to spend more time with someone else. When this desire for space leads to emotional or physical distance between the two of you, it's time to pay attention. A healthy relationship should have a balance between independence and togetherness. But if your partner's need for space turns into long periods of time apart, or if she's distancing herself from you emotionally, that could be a sign of trouble. For instance, if she suddenly starts staying out late more often or spends entire weekends away without a clear reason, it's worth asking what's really going on. When space becomes an excuse for avoiding time with you, or when she starts pulling away from communication, that's when you need to be on alert. 4. I'm working late tonight. This one is a classic excuse, and it's often used to explain why someone is absent for long stretches of time. Work is a convenient cover because it's something we all understand. People have deadlines, meetings, and overtime. But if your partner is suddenly working late all the time or taking on extra projects without any prior warning, it's worth paying attention. You should look for patterns. Does she seem defensive when you ask about her work? Are there inconsistencies in the stories she tells about why she's staying late? Is she communicating less when she's supposedly working overtime? When work becomes a regular excuse for unexplained absences, it's important to dig deeper. If she's not giving you clear answers, or if you feel like she's avoiding your questions, that's a red flag. Take note of how she reacts when you ask about her time and whether her explanations make sense. 5. I think we need some time apart. This phrase is one that often signals trouble in a relationship. While some couples may take breaks to work on their issues, this phrase can also be used to justify spending time away from the relationship without the pressure of commitment. If your partner suddenly suggests taking time apart without any clear reason or discussion about the relationship's issues, it could be a way to explore something outside the relationship. Be cautious if this suggestion comes out of nowhere. If she's suddenly asking for space or time apart, it's important to understand the underlying reasons. Is she genuinely looking to reflect on the relationship, or is this an opportunity to pursue something else without you being around? 6. You deserve someone better than me. When a woman says this, it can be an emotionally charged statement. It often carries a sense of guilt or regret, and she may be trying to prepare you for the possibility of separation. This phrase can sometimes be a way for her to ease her own conscience by shifting the focus away from the relationship and onto her perceived shortcomings. In some cases, this can be a subtle admission that she's been involved in something she knows is wrong, such as an affair. She might be trying to justify her actions by making it seem like she's not good enough for you, when in reality she's aware of the harm her behaviour is causing. In conclusion, Recognizing these phrases and understanding their deeper meaning can help you protect your relationship or uncover the truth. It's important to trust your instincts and not dismiss things as harmless when your gut is telling you something's wrong. By paying attention to the signs, you can gain clarity on what's really happening in your relationship. If you found this information valuable, don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more content on relationships, love, and understanding the female mind. And as always, feel free to leave a comment below with your thoughts or any experiences you've had.